Breaking. People's Democratic Party chairman Iyorchia Ayu steps aside. This steps aside is coming up again in 1993 when the junta presidential election was annulled. Babangida used the same word, "I'm stepping aside." But we all knew what happened after he steps aside. While the Ayu embattled People's Democratic Party chairman has finally stepped aside as chairman of the party. But the question for me is why now? I remember in the process of the presidential election, when Atiku became the flag bearer of the People's Democratic Party, the G5 governor rose up and asked Ayu to resign or step aside because they were saying the chairman of the party cannot be from the north and the presidential candidate from the north, that they should balance it. Ayu was adamant. He refused to step down. He didn't work for the interests of the party or the unity of the party. And we are where we are today. PDP lost at the end of the day. Honestly, I don't know why he took this decision now. Was it because he was removed or his ward sanctioned him in Benue? Was that why he stepped aside? Or there are more reasons why he took this decision? Well, was it because the party, People's Democratic Party, did not win the presidential election? Was it why he stepped aside? Or was he working for the interests of some people outside People's Democratic Party? Well, time will tell. Iyorchia Ayu was replaced by the Deputy National Chairman North, Umar Iliya Damagum. Damagum will assume office as the acting national chairman of the People's Democratic Party, pending the determination of the case in court. Recall that the High Court in Makurdi, the Benue State capital, had restrained embattled Dr. Iyorchia Ayu from parading himself as chairman of the party, pending the termination of the substantive suit, which had been adjourned to April 17, 2023 for hearing. Ayu suspension. Some people have come up with the suspension earlier. In his local wards, he said a member of the People's Democratic Party from Benue, Tahide Utan, who is the plaintiff before Justice W.I. Pochi, obtained the restraining order that Ayu should stop parading himself as the national chairman of the party. While addressing journalists in Makurdi after obtaining the court order, the plaintiff said, following the suspension of Iyorchia Ayu by his Igrovo ward executive, it is wrong for him to keep up with the office of national chairman and further disunite the party. Honestly, he said it even after the primaries of the People's Democratic Party, or even before the primaries, that if the presidential candidate of the party that emerges from the north is going to step down. But unfortunately, he didn't do that. He didn't keep to his words. He waited until after the party lost the election. Was it for his own personal interest just to keep the position of the chairman of the party? If they have won, will he resign? Will he step aside? Now that they didn't win, I'm sure more will come after this step aside from Iyorchia Ayu. 5 governors ganged up and told him and said and demanded their demand was for him to step down. I am wondering why he took that decision not to agree with them for the interest of the party. Who knows what will have happened if they have worked together? Who knows what will have happened if they have stayed together as one, if he had agreed to step aside and work for the interest of the party. But Nigerian politicians, they work for their own personal interests before any other interest. He considered himself above the party. I am sure that was why he refused to step down when the G5 governors and others called for him to do so. Well, politicians in Nigeria, they think about themselves Ayu was suspended late last week for anti-party activities in the wake of the loss of the party in the presidential election. They lost the presidential election in Benue State. Even in his ward, he lost. And the gubernatorial election too, APC won. The Reverend Father is now the governor of the state, and they have come out with the allegation that Iyorchia Ayu did not work for his party. He lost woefully at the presidential election and at the gubernatorial election. The chairman of the party is not the first one that will lose, but I am sure PDP in that state, they were bitter with him. By his media aide, Simon Iwoboswan, the former lawmaker, argued that the ward lacked powers to suspend him. But well, they suspended him. There's a matter in court, and he has finally resigned on his own. Ayu political rivals in the People's Democratic Party and Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike said he is elated that Benue State Ward ESCO passed a vote of no confidence in him. I am not from Benue State, but I am happy. And now that Benue State has done it, we will now come out and say we are in support of it, he said. Prior to this development, there have been intense calls for Iyorchia Ayu to step aside for a Southerner to take over as the chairman of the party, but he refused bluntly. Well, the boy has finally stepped aside. Was he working for the interests of people outside his party, or was he working for his own interests? Time will tell. Politicians, they will say one thing in the morning and do another thing at night. This is where we are. There's no any political ideology among them. I will not be surprised if after inauguration of the president-elect, Iyorchia Ayu leaves PDP. Well, what is your opinion on this? Is the resignation now? Is stepping aside now? Kindly make your opinion known as you subscribe to my channel. Thank you and God bless.